Back at it with another video, Flav Media. Today we just gonna dive into some heartfelt news out in LA. All the musicians, producers, and studio owners out there, I send my condolences to you, and hopefully LA can get things right out there. You know, not involving politics, but just the right thing to do. Also, we're gonna be talking about some free plugins, and this is your first time joining me, consider subscribing to the channel. Let's get into it. Let's go. All right, I just want to let everybody know out there, this is going to be, a real tough time for not just LA. It's going to be tough for, I think, the whole US really with this devastation that's going on. But I'm going to leave the link in the description below. We got David, the great engineer and producer. And
hello. I thank you for having me. Thank you, everybody who's listening.
Oh my gosh, this week was definitely apocalyptic, to say the least. If you're watching this is January 11th. We're on a Saturday, and it was just pretty much shortly after all the fires started to happen here in LA. And David, why don't you talk a little bit about your current situation? How has it affected you? How has it affected people around you? Let's start there.
Yeah, I think everything started something like 3 days ago, I think. And immediately, the whole city realized that this was going to be bad. The first fire started in the Palisades, I think. And after a few hours, went from the size of a car, of the size of a football field. And the winds, we got an alert for high winds, and that's where everything went down. And in just a few hours, huge spaces and huge portions of land were on fire, and then there was no stopping it. And I unfortunately, a lot of my friends, both in and out of the industry, lost their house. For me to divulge. Some are public, some are not, and we will see in the next days. A lot of studios are gone here in LA, and it was bad. Me, I'm a kind of one of the lucky people. Although we are in alert, I am in between two fires, so from my roof I can see them both. And you would expect after 3 days that they were contained, and they're not. And then that's a pretty scary situation, because we are, considering what are we doing? Like, we're packing, or, it's a scary thought. It's definitely a scary thought. And
now my condolences is going to go out to everybody out there that's been affected by this. Hopefully, David, that the fire is nowhere near your home or your studio, because I really enjoy your tutorials, your mix advice. Let's get into a couple of other industry heavyweights that lost everything. Legendary producer Bob Claremont loses home and studio. Claremont. This is a name that's synonymous with apogee, and this is just so sad for LA to be, in this predicament and not having enough water. I don't know the logistics behind it, but it's sad. You work all your life, and just to know the taxes that you're paying in LA cannot even afford enough water. The legendary producer, mixer, engineer Bob Claremont has lost his home and studio to the Los Angeles wildfires. Fires broke out on the 7th, and 13,000 structural sustained damages. Among the homes of multi-Grammy winner Claremont, known to work with his albums with Bruce Springsteen, the Rolling Stones. So this is like a devastating loss for all of LA, not just studio owners out there. We have another one. Rapper DDG learns he doesn't have fire insurance as blaze threatens Los Angeles homes. Stories of loss and devastation currently dominates the headlines, and multiple wildfires continue raging through the Southern California. And this is just sad. DDG lost millions. He found out he doesn't have insurance on his crib. So This is going out to everybody in LA. DDG dropped out of Central Michigan University to pursue a full-time entertainment career in Hollywood in 2017. So he's racked up at least 500,000 views in, YouTube. Moonwalking in Calabasas was a certified platinum in June 2021. So, this is just going to be a devastating loss to the industry, really. This is definitely going to be devastating. Greg Wells, another producer, lost his home studio and home. For most of the film and TV industry, the devastation the LA area fires of the last week had at least avoided scorching the studios where the working largely occurs. The true for music producer Greg Wells, who lost his state-of-the-art Dolby Atmos mixing room and studio along with his family home in the Pacific Palisades. It's just a sad note to say the least that there wasn't enough water in the hydrants, but I just think it's just a little bit more than that. There's no way all these firefighters could have helped with stopping this raging inferno. But on a good note, Guitar Center is offering replacement instruments destroyed in the LA fires. Stepping up to the plate, offering replaced instruments and gear destroyed in LA fires. Through its Guitar Center Foundation, the retail is now accepting applications for a special one-time grant to replace instruments and or gear. The initiative is open to only Los Angeles-based musicians, programs, and runs through February 28 of 2025. So if anybody out there in the LA community is looking at this, Guitar Center is replacing instruments destroyed in the wildfires. Now on a good note, let's change gears. Could Ye be stepping back into the arena with, Mike Dean? I hope it happens. Could Mike Dean and Ye be making a reunion? Hard to say, but Dean has certainly the focal point of an Instagram update from the artist formerly known as Kanye West early Monday morning. The update is in question, but hopefully they'll get back together and start making some hits, because Mike Dean, I think, is one of the most illest, producers as far as just his ideas and his sound palette, but hopefully it'll happen. Let's dive into the free plugins. First free plugin is going to be Panasonic. This is going to be a decent sampler library that you need to have the player. So this is going to be a Panapit multimedia system. So this is Panasonic, but I did hear something on there that's really sample based, that if you can play it, it's a nice remake of a famous artist. Wonder if you can pick it out, but this is absolutely free. An analog sound of this for Forgotten Children's synthesizers from 1977. You have to have the decent samples for this. Next up, this is going to be Philodendron. It's a ring buffering, a container that keeps rewriting itself. So imagine this just rewriting itself, almost probably like phase plant. Sound can get loud, so I strongly advise using a compressor or a limiter to, keep the levels at a constant. But this is absolutely free for Mac and Windows. The Spice. Everything sounds better. Elevate any sound, smart and instant. Adapt with multi-band processing, parallel flexibility, and high frequency clarity all in one smart plugin. With a few knobs, the Spice is 100% free for a short time. Add spark into your mix. Go check out the video and let me know what you think about it. Definitely like the page. I like the logo. I like the color of it. That's definitely a plus. So that's all I'm gonna have for this video. Make sure that you support your artists out in LA and just give our condolences on hopefully they can come back from this devastating wildfire. And I'll leave a link below where you can donate from Metal Mastermind's channel. That's all I'm gonna have. Peace.